Hi Virgo, I hope you're all doing well. I was going to shuffle out some more cards, but they were flying out, so I figured it was time to start with the reading and start with your message. So, beautiful cards, beautiful energy, also kind of deep. The initial message I got for you is that something is getting much, much easier, or it will get much easier, much clearer as well. It's like it was heavy up front. There was a lot to know, a lot to do, a lot to wade through. There was a lot going on. It was heavy up front, and now it's going to clear up, and it was well worth it. Okay, so this could be in any aspect of your life, but something that felt challenging and difficult and almost like the difficulties were just like piling on. It's starting to dissipate. It's going to clear. It gets much easier. And it's worth it in the long run. And then I also got that it's important for you to understand how impactful you are on others. Their energy, their thoughts, their emotions, and their behaviors. These could be people in your life, or maybe it's at work or a larger group in some sense, a community. But you have a very big impact. And when you know you have a big impact, that can feel like a lot of responsibility, because it is. And you don't have to worry so much as long as you know that that impact is being had, that it's rippling out. I don't feel like Spirit wants you to stop and change necessarily what you're doing or how you're doing it, but just remember that other people around you are very influenced by you. And that seems to be all you really need to remind yourself of at this moment. So the cards that came out, we have the Infinite Web. And the passage for this card in the book is so beautiful. I'm going to read it at the end of this reading. But what this card talks about is you being connected to everything and everybody, and knowing that every situation and experience that unfolds in your life is connected to something else, connected to an opportunity, connected to a challenge, connected to a future situation that resolves the past one, or a future situation that complicates the past one. There are many different nodes in this web of life that we travel to and from, and we can choose our direction on this web, in this web. So there's something about you realizing your choices, and that if something doesn't feel desirable to you, you can choose to go in a different direction. Okay. I'm hearing something like you can affect the outcome of something and change it into something more desirable for yourself. It feels to me that you choose a different direction, and in that choosing, it alters the reality of the direction you didn't choose. You know what I'm saying? It's like that direction suddenly becomes more attractive to you or more desirable to you. I'm not saying you need to go in that direction now since you already chose this one, but it's almost like you making the right choices softens all of the other choices that may have been more difficult for you. I don't know, this is an energy thing. It's like energetically, I'm seeing like energy travel down like nodes, like on a web here. It's like when you choose this direction, the energy travels to that node, to that decision, to that house, to that job, to that relationship you didn't choose, that path you didn't choose, and it like softens up some of the more difficult moments that were embedded there. And so maybe Spirit wants you to know that you can change your mind as well, because you make the right choices initially. I don't know, this seems to be related to a very specific situation in which you're thinking, should I go this way or that way, or did I go the right way? I could have chosen this other path. Well, it's like the other path is still available and you can choose to take it now, and it might not be as difficult as it once was because you actually made the right choice to not choose it when it was difficult. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. The other two cards I got for you, Blackberry and Dog Rose. So on these cards, we have Moon in Libra, Moon in Scorpio. There could also be Libra, Gemini. Oh, Libra, Gemini. Gemini is not on the card, but okay, maybe Gemini as well. Water and Earth, I see also. So the Blackberry card is about protection, protecting your energy. And these are reminding me of all these little nodes I'm speaking about. And it's important for you to remember that when you want something, maybe you've chosen a path, but it feels like it hasn't chosen you or a person, or there's something kind of feels like inaccessible to you. Know that it is a blessing that you can't move in that direction at this time because it's a form of protection. Maybe not in all circumstances, but in the one you're thinking about right now. It's protection for you to not be able to access someone or something. And in choosing to go with the flow rather than push up against this energy that's trying to protect you, and in making that choice to go in the other direction, it's like you may not be blocked from this forever. You can choose to protect yourself forever if you want, but if it's something you still desire in the future, there's a possibility to go in that direction. So try to enjoy the present moment and don't feel like a sense of finality around something that you wish there wasn't. Maybe this is a specific message for someone. This could even be connecting with a loved one who's passed. Okay, maybe you wish that you could access their energy or have one more day with them. And Spirit's saying you have to choose to live in the now. And as you make that choice to live, rather than staying in the energy of death and the loss of it, it breaks up the inaccessibility. Somehow you're able to connect then on a higher frequency to that energy you're choosing to connect to. This feels like old grief, not fresh grief. Okay? Interesting messages, Virgo. And then Dog Rose is about emotional resilience. They have little recipes on the backs of these cards. I'll put all the names of the cards in the description box below the decks. So maybe there's something you want to do with rose essence or rose petals or raw organic honey, it says on here. That might be something of interest for you. Emotional resilience. Well, you know you have this already. But I feel like we could reframe that concept of emotional resilience to be linked to something maybe more empowering. Because when I say emotional resilience, immediately I think about, well, what am I being resilient from? Like, what shitty situation got me to be resilient? Like, it kind of has like a negative node connection. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a line on the web that connects it to a difficult situation. But maybe we can reconnect that concept of emotional resilience and that quality that you have to something more positive. And I feel like your emotional resilience has been partly, if not mostly, cultivated by your ability to help others. Yes, the ability to help yourself, we know you did that already. But I feel like Spirit wants to remind you that your resilience is not only or solely linked to something difficult that you had to rise out of, but it's also linked to your ability to help others around you and your impact. It's like you emanate the I'm seeing like a glowing kind of body. People sense your resilience, and it's kind of contagious in a sense. There's an inspiration that people derive from you. You're inspiring, you're impactful. And you sharing that energy with others cultivates that emotional resilience. Okay. And then the tarot card that fell out, 6 of Wands, victory. Virgo. I like this. Feels like a well-earned victory you're stepping into. This is also public victory. And I feel like this is your impactfulness. What is it that you want me to say? I want to say you held your head high, but Spirit's saying you held up something. You held up what? Let's see. What did Virgo hold up in the face of adversity? Intuition, an ending, and happiness. Oh, this is hard, but amazing that you did this. You held up the ending of something. You knew that it was time to end something. Even if you kind of vacillated mentally, your heart knew, your soul knew, and you followed through. You knew it was time to end something in your life so that you could come to a better state of peace, calm, and happiness. There was something interfering with your blessings in some sense, okay? And it was getting to a point that couldn't go any further. And I feel like Spirit stopped something, and you said, yes, I agree. Let's stop it. Let's go the other direction. And this was intuitive for you. You may not have had reasons, clear-cut logical reasons why you should shift, pivot, turn your back, choose another direction, accept the ending of something. But you did anyways. And that's what got you to your victory. So you should hold your head high, also holding up this staff of intuition at the same time. You trusted your intuition was correct, and because of that, you were victorious. And this is what I mean by choosing the right thing. It like sends an energy frequency over to something that wasn't so great, and it like breaks up, I don't know what it's breaking up, but maybe some darkness or residual energy or something that you can feel at a distance. It's softening all of that. Perhaps there was some resentment you felt, or bitterness, or fear, or whatever, and it's like that is dissipating. The bat and Hellborn with intuition, the moth and the eucalyptus, the ladybug and sweet pea. Oh, I love the ladybug, the sweet pea. Something about ladybugs could be very significant. Well, any of these animals, actually. And I feel like something a little bit spooky or scary or emotionally maybe scary really challenged you at some point. But something's getting much easier. Things are becoming clearer. This was a heavy, beginning of something beautiful. The choices you made, it was heavy in the beginning, but it's worth it. The ladybug is really catching my eye. 8 spots. 8 spots. 8th house. Transformation. We do have Scorpio here as well. There's something else about the ladybug that wants to come through. Let me just look up the symbolism of ladybug, and then we'll get into the tarot. There's something very exciting on its way to you. Maybe this is like a recent purchase or like a new friend, or I don't know. There's a new energy coming into your life that is supporting you in some way. I'm hearing the letter R. Okay. Let's see. Weird. I tried to put in ladybug, but I guess I didn't type bug correctly, and just symbolism of lady came up. And then it says symbolism of women. Women are the symbol of life. Maybe that means something to you. you've had to be very brave in your feminine energy. Okay, and in that bravery of protecting your feminine, divine feminine energy and your ability to intuit and create, you protected yourself and you're victorious. And you're giving yourself a new life. Okay, ladybug. Protection, happiness, oh, it says that on the card, and love. It reminds me of childhood, though. There's something about childhood coming through as well. It's like, I feel this rebirthed energy. We have the letters D and K. Oh, I've never seen this before. Where are you, camera? Who knows? Hope you can see that. That is the Ace of Spades, but it's in red. How curious. Usually the Ace of Spades is black, of course. And the Ace of Spades correspondence in the tarot is the Ace of Swords. But here we have red. So there's something that is coming to your mind, an epiphany, a new inspiration, a new thought, but it's not one that is heavy and analytical and maybe a little bit cold and super rational and logical. It's more an epiphany that comes from the heart. From the heart straight to the mind. Bird in a cage, how to free yourself from something. Or maybe it is that you already are free. We have a bottle cap. I heard lucky bottle cap. A carousel and a horse. We have Aries, a dolphin. Yeah, I feel this energy of someone who has passed over at some point. Like, I feel like Spirit wants me to just acknowledge the deep connection you have with this soul, with this energy. And if that's not for you, just don't take it. We have Aquarius, a wolf howling, a cell phone with a heart on it. Perhaps you're going to get a call soon from someone you don't expect. Someone on the wire. Someone on the wire, perhaps someone who has Capricorn energy. We have a maple leaf and a mirror. Oh, there's two mirrors in here, and one is kind of clouded. You can't really see. And this one is, well, it's clear. It's supposed to be a clear reflection, but it's interesting how there isn't one when I hold it up. I'm hearing you are me. You are me and I am you. So there's a understanding of oneness. Oh, yeah, and in the book, there was something about the mirror. About you looking into the mirror, and the reflection that you see is not just yourself, but it's like all of reality, all of the energy, all of the web of life that exists around us at all times. I feel like you are being able to access like other energies, other realms beyond yourself or beside yourself. There's an appreciation of the complexity of your situation. Okay. We also have 2 of Cups at the bottom. What's behind that? An 8 of Rods. Wow. Okay, so this is that new thing I'm sensing coming in for you. A new connection. A phone call. 10 of Pentacles behind that. 3 of Pentacles. Virgo. And this doesn't have to be love. This could be a friend. This could be a family member. I'm hearing a long-lost family member maybe for some of you, or someone who feels like a long-lost family member. This could be the perfect job opportunity. Whatever it is, it's long-lasting, it's stable, and you inherited it. Maybe that's a metaphor. It's coming in quickly because you're understanding your victory. I feel like this situation, this thing I'm talking about that you didn't choose, it's like when you made the other choice, the energy broke up, and there, I hope you can visualize this, because behind that thing, there was an opportunity. Like, had you chosen that path, you would have been successful anyways. You would have gone through it and reached the other thing that was actually meant for you. Do you see what I'm saying? But because you chose this path instead, that's what it is. That other opportunity is still there for you. And it feels like the energy related to this thing, whether it's a relationship, a job, a house, whatever, that you didn't choose, the thing that's on the other side of that is now coming through to you. It's able to get to you. The Lovers, it's yours. It's meant for you. So there was really no wrong or right choice. There was just different experiences you would have had. But you always would have received this thing that's coming in for you. Okay, well now I really want to know what this thing is, Spirit. What is this thing? Attachment, reincarnation, structure, earth, and tempest. I feel like this is something that's going to create a little bit of a shakeup, but in a positive sense. I don't feel like this is the right deck to get the answer, though. Let's try this one. Even though it's a general message, and what comes through might be different for each of you, I'm going to try a little bit further, if you will allow me, Spirit, to see what it is and communicate what it is up ahead for Virgos or whoever I'm connecting with on that other side. Healing stones, some kind of healing. Could be a healing practice. Wolf spirit. We had the wolf come out. Oh, look at this. So beautiful. The white and the black wolf. Healing different sides of yourself. I'm hearing your ferocity and your protective nature combined. Okay, can we get anything like concrete? Probably not. Shadow work. Whatever's on this other side that's coming through for you, see, yeah, it's like had you chosen that more difficult path, not saying that the path that you chose wasn't difficult. I'm not saying that at all. But there is something you were protected from, okay, a little bit, and this is why your intuition led you away from it. But had you chosen that and ignored your intuition and went through with this thing or stayed in this thing, you would have had to address your shadow, confront your shadow to get to the other side, to get to the opportunity. But I can't get what that is. Healing. Spirit just keeps telling me that there's healing coming to you. Wolf spirit. I do feel like this might involve other people, or there's new energies coming into your life that are healing, positive signs. Any signs you're receiving, numbers, repetitive numbers, or anything you take to be a sign, because if you interpret it as a sign, it is a sign. It's positive. It's a positive sign. I just cut on it again. It's a positive sign. Okay, let's see if we can get in further, Virgo. The Sun and the Queen of Pentacles. You're too hard on yourself. Try to stop that if you can. And if you're not, great, congratulations. But most of you are too hard on yourself. And it's about your decisions. You're hard on yourself for your decision making. 3 more. I'm just, when I looked up Ladybug, the picture popped up and I'm just looking at it now. Good fortune. Ladybug. Maybe you had an 8-year cycle. I'm also seeing on that picture, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 8-year cycle you were in. Okay, let's get that off the screen. It's going to distract me. For Virgos. Nine of Cups. Gets a lot easier. I mean, there'll be another difficult patch, I'm sure. That's life, right? Ups and downs, valleys and peaks. Yay! But it's how we grow. It's how we flow. It's how we move. It gives us momentum. The downward drop gives us momentum to go upward on the hill, to roll up the hill. I'm seeing a scarab beetle here in my mind's eye. So let's see. The Hermit for your overall energy. That's you, Virgo. Did you know that? Of course you do. Number 9. Interesting. Can you tell me about this node that was not chosen, this path that was not chosen, that Virgo intuitively knew to head away from? I feel like the devil. There you go. There you go. 6 of Cups and the devil. This is a situation event that definitely has karma, lessons involved in it, karmic lessons. But this is either with someone you knew for a long time, or it was at a workplace or that you were at for a long time, or maybe it was a thought form you were entertaining. I want to say to you, Virgo, that even if you saw darkness in the situation or negative things come through, you didn't see the full extent of it. It was kind of hidden from you, but you intuitively felt like something was wrong or something was off. But I feel like you didn't actually see Ace of Swords in reverse. See, you didn't actually see or know the extent of this situation, the energy in this person. Because I have here the King of Cups, the Four of Wands, Strength, the Knight of Cups, and then we hit the Hangman. So this all looks positive and beautiful. This is like emotional stability, a celebration. Maybe this is someone very creative, or I don't know. There's something interesting about this. Something that seems really nice on the outside or from a distance. And it seems to hold a lot of weight. It's strong in some sense. Something that you want to open up to. But it's like when you do open up to it, there's like some kind of block in the energy. There's some stagnancy. It almost feels like someone encouraging you to give your all to something, and then you're like, finally, you're like, okay, I will. And then you do, and then it's like, a wall goes up, and you're like, what? It's like access denied. It's like, what? I thought you wanted me to give my all to this. So the reason why it felt like a wall was being put up is because you were being protected. There was something you weren't seeing. You were about to give your cup to something that, I don't know, what are the intentions here? I feel like maybe for some of you, it's like somebody wanted to hijack your work or your creativity, or if it's in a relationship, this is maybe a little bit of an energy vampire, or somebody who was, always looking for the new thing, the shiny thing, I don't know. There was something about it. I feel like we don't need to go into those details, though, because you already know now. You know now. And then at the end, we have the World. It's like, see, as soon as you hit that wall, that energy just kind of got stuck or stopped. That was Spirit protecting you, saying this is a completion here. You've done all you need to do in this situation with this person at this place. Good enough, Virgo. You did your best. That's it. And you listened. Even if you initially fought the feeling, eventually you listened. I know you did. Because you chose your own happiness. That's why you made the choice you made, was to save and nurture and protect your happiness. Even if sadness was a result of you choosing a new path, like even if you felt sadness over it, your intention was to maintain your happiness, and that it's happening. It's happening. Your happiness is either here right now or it's coming. Okay? If you allow it to, if you want it to. You're impactful. And maybe that will bring you great happiness to know how impactful you are. The moon, don't worry about it. It's good impact. Okay, so Virgo, your overall energy is the Hermit. Let's see. What are you doing over here? Well, let's clear these off. You are looking at what you don't see coming. You're looking at what you don't see coming. So you're wondering what's up ahead. Trying to plan things out, figure it out. But maybe it seems a little fuzzy. Because in what you don't see coming, you're still looking at what you don't see coming. See that? You're looking at what, because this is in the position of what you don't see coming. And then in this card, you're still looking and you don't see anything coming. So a little bit of a surprise coming in. What's this about? Six of Pentacles. Something, it will be given to you because you are giving. I feel like the key to this, for you to know what's coming, is to really sit with how you're impacting others. How do your words, your energy, your actions, your own emotions, and your thoughts impact others? You know, it may be in very positive ways, or it may be in ways that you want to shift and change. But I feel like once you think about that some more, or you're more conscious of it, it's like that's the key. And I don't feel like you need to do much, like just be conscious of it. Who's that at the door? Oh, it's Patrick. Oh my goodness. Patrick is like the size of a horse. Okay, hold on a second, Virgo. It's my cat. And they're not going to leave me alone, I don't think. Oh, he ran away. Oh, now they're all coming down. No. I've opened the door to something. I feel like this is part of your message. It's like you're going to open the door to something and you're going to get more than you even imagined you could. And yes, these energies that are coming in do want something from you, Six of Pentacles, but they have a lot to give as well. Okay? And look, they just all decide to respect me. Amazing. Okay, so your opportunity, the Ten of Swords. See? Not choosing that. Allowing the ending to happen, accepting the ending of something difficult is or was your opportunity from Spirit. Your challenge, the Star. This is one of my favorite star cards. I love the colors of it. And it's beautifully composed. Maybe you're an artist. I just saw 3333. Or you have a good eye for things, a designer. Your challenge. Well, the Star card is many things, but some of the things that it represents is your destiny, hope, faith, taking things from your subconscious that you've done a little work on and pouring the energies of those things into your life in a conscious way. So this is shadow work. So taking energies that were formerly creating obstacles for you within yourself and transmuting them into energies that allow you to flow and that inspire you. There's growth. It's a surprise visitor, I'm telling you. I'm almost done. Okay. I wanna clarify the Star a little bit, Pixel. Okay, say goodbye to Virgo. Hi, Virgo. Oh my goodness. Okay. I want to get one more on the star. Star card. That was Pixel. Did I say that? For those of you who are new here. She's also like, well, she's kind of the size of a pony. Patrick's a horse. Pixel's a pony. Ooh, my left ear is ringing right now. Interesting. And I'm only 5 feet, so this could be part of my perception. So let's see. Tell me more about the star for Virgo. Let's get one. Let's be clear. Okay, we'll use this deck. Tell me about the star. Spirit's like, what do you want to say about the star? Oh, my mom's just texted me. She's a Virgo. Hi, Mom, if you're watching. Oh, I didn't... Come on, man. Come on. What is that? Anyways, the star. Okay. Don't deny your light. Don't deny your happiness. Allow yourself to play. I'm hearing ambrosia. I cut on shadow work. And know that all the difficulties that you went through have led you to a path that is worth it. It's worth it. It's all worth it. River of life. The flows, the ebbs and the flows, the ups and the downs, the twists and the turns. It's all worth it. It's leading us to the beautiful sea, the web of life in which we're all connected. Okay, we're going back there. Let's see. The world. Okay. I feel like I feel like I'm missing something, but Spirit's telling me I'm not. Maybe I just want to say more to you. Spend more time, the Hermit. Spend more time in your energy. Okay. 5 of Swords for your challenge. What's this? You know, Virgo, I think you've dealt with some sneaky people in your life. I mean, most of us have by this point. If you're over, like, I don't know, 35, 30, chances are you've been had 1 or 2 times, right? So maybe you're feeling a little bit nervous and scared of new people or new opportunities, or you're highly skeptical at times. But I feel like, let's get further in. I feel like there's nothing to fear here in this current moment and in your future opportunity, the Emperor, because you're in control, and the Emperor has a bird's eye view. You know, he sits on a throne, he oversees everything, he can see the lay of the land, he's got a strategy, he's got a plan, no one controls him. He's in alignment with source consciousness, the Emperor in the light, that is. And I feel like any kind of shadiness or trickery, you're going to see from a mile away. It was one of the things you gained from going through all the things that you did. So your advice is really to catch yourself when you're worrying or when you're finding yourself feeling like you're caught in some kind of game or web of lies or something like that, or something's going on behind your back. Catch yourself and either address it face on, which can be difficult for you at times, okay? Like, call it out, ask the person. Don't try to analyze and guess what they're feeling or what's actually going on or what's being offered to you and what's not being offered. Ask, get the information head on. Yeah, this is a big message for someone. A contract, ask about it. So you can clear your mind. So you have all the information that you need. Okay, so what's going to manifest in the next 2 months for you, Virgo? We have the Two of Swords in reverse. I feel like this is you reflecting on the decisions that you made and knowing that you made the right ones. And it's like you're going to see all the different, like there's like a pattern that's happened in your life. I did this and then this door opened. I did this and then that door opened. But then I also saw it's like you've been given insight into the paths you haven't chose. And the paths you never chose. It's like you're getting to see, oh, my life could have been like this if I stayed with this person. My life could have been like that had I continued down with that career path. I don't know, there's some kind of insight you're getting into like the whole matrix of your life. And it gives you some kind of clarity and comfort to know that you chose the right path. The Chariot, Strength, and Page of Swords. You saw the right path. Virgo, I'm going to go into an extended reading. In the extended, we're going to go a layer deeper into this message, see what else wants to come through, what's underneath all of this. If you're interested in that, link is in the description box below. If you're not, that's okay. No worries. Just trust that you received all the guidance you need. And as promised, I will read this beautiful passage to you about this card, the Infinite Web, if you'd like to hear it. Let me take a sip of water first. Good preparation pays off. It is a moist morning. Who likes that word? Throughout the forest, sunlight refracts in spider webs. Each one is a floating rainbow of jewels, undulating in the subtle breeze that wafts between reaching twigs. Breathing the air feels like a crisp, refreshing drink as your eyes feast on the colors of luminous dew and bluing sky. How beautiful language can be. How descriptive. I bet you have an amazing vocabulary. You come upon a tiny spring that forms a pool the size of a puddle. You lean over it, intending to have a drink, but something about the reflection on the liquid surface gives you pause. You gaze for a long time, entranced. The world you have been walking through felt alive and vibrant, but something about this reflection is even more vital and aglow. After a while, you notice there are far more spider webs in the reflection than in the actual space around you. In fact, the entirety of the reflected world seems to be a vast, intricate web. When you look up from the pool, you continue to see glistening strands connecting each individual plant, each leaf, each twig, each insect, and even you to everything else, no longer just in the reflecting pool, but also in the world around you. You entered this space thinking you were a visitor, separated and differentiated. You now realize you are an intrinsic part of an infinite web. Each step you take ripples outward in all directions, and each wing beat, each falling of a leaf or seed, is subtly felt by you, too. All right, Virgo. That's what I have for you. I love you so much. I'll see you next time.